welcome back. I'm Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Before we get started with what's on the agenda for today, I wanted to do another installment of what can I make with my hand spun yarn. All of that beautiful, gorgeous yarn, and everybody asks, what can I do with it? So the item I have today is a pair of socks that I made. The video for this is up from last winter. It's called, I think it's called the Royal Purple Tweed Sock Blend. I made this on my hackle and I made it with silk sari and some purple merino, and it looks really cool, and it knitted up into a lovely sock, and because I did the blend on my hackle, I maintained the worsted prep, so it's good for socks and it won't pill any more so than any other sock yarn. And I spun this as a 3-ply. So let's take a quick peek at my feet. Here are my socks. These are a pattern. It's called Socks on a Plane, and this pattern is free on Ravelry, and it has a nice little cable pattern, which I love. And you don't lose it too much in the tweed here, and I really like that, and I love this effect. Let me get down on the floor and show you the heel. This was a toe up cast on, and you can see that makes a nice toe here. This is a very straightforward, I believe the cast on for the toe up sock in the pattern was, I think it's Judy's Magic cast on. Not to be confused with the Magic Loop. This gives a lovely toe, and the foot is worked first, and then I did not do anything fancy here. For the gusset stitches, you're coming this direction, so you get an increase through here, and the heel flap is just a basic slip knit that I like to do for heels. I think it makes them a little sturdier and has them wear just a little bit better. And then the pattern is just stockinette everywhere. And there's the knit 2 purl 2 ribbing, and the pattern for the cable goes the whole way up through the rib here. And I just love these socks. They're a little bit thicker, and I spun them that way on purpose. I wanted some cozy, warm socks. So let's get started with what we're here to see today. We are ready to do the colored version. The natural version without any dye was fantastic. I love, love, love it. So the colors I have are the natural, which is what we just finished with here. And then this natural fiber is over dyed with oxblood, which is kind of a reddish, and then the parts that are gray kind of looks a little purple. I know it looks a little bit like raw meat. We're going to ignore that still. I know we were ignoring it before. I'm going to continue to ignore it because I still believe that once it's blended in, it will not have any resemblance at all to raw meat. And then we have Merlot, which is my new favorite color. Look at this thing. It's so pretty. And then we have the one that I made by mixing cherry red and brilliant blue together, and I mixed it in the jar, but when it dyed different parts of the lock different colors. So I think this is going to look really cool. So what I'm going to do is take each of these colors and run it through the drum carder 3 times. And then I'm going to blend them all together in my standard fashion. So we're going to start with this blue-purple. Let me swing you around to the other side so you can see better. I'm going to do the same thing that we did before, and I'm just taking this and fluffing it, looking for any vegetable matter that I see in here that may have missed the first few passes through, and I do notice those a little bit right here. And I'm going to get this going. I'm so excited to spin this already. It's going to be so cool. Oh, whoops. See, I got all excited talking about it, and I forgot to put my packer brush down. There we go. Malik Family Farms, which is where this fiber is from, and where I met them was at Maryland Sheep and Wool this May, and we very quickly have developed a really nice friendship, and I am loving their fiber, and that's what we're working with today. When I first started spinning years ago, I belonged to a cajillion Fiber of the Month clubs, and I never ever thought that I would make my own fiber, let alone process it, anything. It was just sort of a natural progression, and before I knew it, there I was doing all the things. So I do love all of the fibery goodness here. And I'll just show you after I run each of these through 4 times what it looks, or I'm sorry, each of these through 3 times, I'll show you what it looks like. And then we'll blend on the last one, we'll blend them all together for the Batt. And I think it'll look cool. Oh, the tips on the dyed ones are a little bit harder to see, but I just happened to look down and see one right here. And this is how you get them out. I'm just gonna do that. And then this one is earlier on, so it's not as separated. So there it is right there. And that is one less nep in the pile. It might be worth it to show you what it looks like in between, just so we can compare. Maybe I'll just do a photograph and then put together a picture of them side by side so you can see how they progressively blend more and more. That's a good idea. So I'll do that. Here we have our fiber ready to blend. This is what each one looked like after 3 passes. And I was trying to decide what order I wanted to do these in on the carder. And I think that I'm gonna let them blend together a bit, but also I'm going to do them in this order. I just like the way this goes. I thought about trying to put the gray in between somewhere, but really I think it looks nice this way. The gray is actually the lightest color here. It's kind of a progressive. I tried it this way. I didn't love it as much. I don't like this next to this. I like the darker. So I think this is how it's gonna be for now, and we'll see how this goes. Let's get started. I am going to just start ripping off chunks, and basically that's it. I did move my drum carder to the 4-to-1 ratio. And if I come across anything, like here's like a little neppy thing, I don't really want to have much in the way of neps in this. So if I come across anything I don't like, that I don't think is gonna blend out, I'm just gonna pick them out. That's all soft, that'll be fine. All right, so let's get started here. I'm gonna take just a little bit to get started, and I'm gonna put this on here in strips. So I am not going to diz this one off. I am going to try to get it to have like a little bit of a blend here. We'll see how this goes. And this is already very light and airy, so I'm just starting off with not too much fiber, but I do want to make sure that I get a nice base layer on here. We're gonna see how this goes on, and if I like the color order. I think I do. The pins here, you just want to keep your fiber inside the pins on this particular Ashford drum carder. And then the other thing that I was doing is I'm turning the crank really slowly, and I figured that out through some trial and error. When I go faster, a little bit was getting stuck on the liquor end, and I just didn't want that. So this is the burnish brush. Gonna pack this in, burnish that layer down, and then I'm just gonna try to maintain this color pattern here. I could probably do a little more. I was being a little conservative just to see how this goes on. And then as we see this start to fill in, we'll decide if I want to let this blend together a touch more here. Oh, I already love it. It's awesome. I'm glad that this is the way I decided to do the colors. Really awesome. It's gonna be great. My plan is to take this to the Alpaca Festival tomorrow and to show it to Rahina and Naveed and let them touch it, because it really is, I wish you could put your face on it. It's not alpaca soft, but it's actually quite soft, and I'm really excited to see how soft the final yarn is gonna be. Let's see what we get here. Now, I might be a little greedy. Look how full this is. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait, there's a little piece of vegetable matter. Okay. And remember, resist the urge to hold your hand on the fiber back here. Ooh, a tiny bit of purple there. All right. I'm going to keep building and burnishing, burnishing, and then we'll see this when we get to the end here. I'm gonna let some of it overlap here and there to blend it just a touch together. And I'm just trying to stay inside the pins here. If you get outside the pins, see how this is sticking out? I probably had a little bit that was outside the pins there. And what also happens is if it's too far outside the pins, it can get stuck in the mechanism down here and just gunk it up and get it all dirty. So I'll try to avoid that. I'm also still looking for any neps or anything that I don't want. So far, this is looking lovely. I've got the last pass here, and let's see how we do. Okay. And again, I'm still going nice and slow. Ah, this time the purple's on the outside. I really am packing this on. This is pretty daggone full. That's why this last little bit is having difficulty. I'm almost out of pin room here. There we go. Good, it's all on there. So a little bit of the gray didn't go. Yeah, we'll stick it on like this. Okay. Let's lift up our packer brush and get this off of here. Oh, it looks really pretty. It looks kind of like a rainy fall day with like muted fall leaf colors. I really like it. So I'm going to take my doffer here, and we're going to take this off in little layers. And I did let some of the red come through, and this is awesome. There's just the tiniest bit of like pink through here. It's really nice. I love it. Kind of reminds me of like a gray rainy day watercolor type of a thing. And I'm just gonna take this off in little bites here. And I did try to let this blend the purple a little bit through here too. And I really think this will be nice. Let's see how it looks when we get it off of here. Okay, so again, we have to make sure there's not any fibers. Look at all those little fibers I missed there. Make sure this is all good. Okay. And I'm going to, this is really poofy. I don't think my hand can fit across like it normally does. Let's see here. Wow, this is gonna be amazing. So I'm pulling kind of straight up and then out. So I'm pulling up to get the drum carder to advance, and then I'm pulling back. And ideally, you want to keep your hands close to the pins here, pulling up and back. And I have this little bit over here that I would like to have in my bat. There we go. And my underneath hand is also pushing down on the pins to give some pressure there. Oh, look at this. Oh, it looks so cool. And then this is the finished side here. It looks really good. Super excited. Here we have the final bat. Look at this thing. Oh, can you see how thick it is? Look at the volume on this bad boy. Let's see, we can go see it from this end too. Look at that. It is awesome. And it's super soft and fluffy. Again, not alpaca soft or silk soft, but very, very nice. You could easily have this next to your skin. And again, this is the 50% Coopworth and 50% all those other things I said only once at the beginning because I can't remember them. But look at this gorgeousness. Here we are, and let's see what we got here. So we ended up with 90 grams. It was 92 grams when I started, so I only lost 2 grams in a little bit of overflow. So really not much in the way of waste, which is typical for the drum carder. And this looks like an amazing faded, rainy fall day. Here we have our final carded 50-50 Coopworth other bats. Look at it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I can't wait to get this on the wheel. I am excited to see how this feels as a finished yarn. Next up is the 75 Gotland 25% Coopworth, the locks with Leicester that I showed you earlier in the video, and we're gonna do the sunflower carded bat. I'm very excited about that, so I will see you guys very soon. Until next time, spin happy.